Hey, Amanda. I just landed in Portland. The airline lost my luggage.
Calm down, sweetie.
They checked my carry-on at the gate, too. I had my wallet in there. What am I supposed to do?
Okay, take a breath. What do we say in these situations?
What would Brian Kibler do?
What would two-time Pro Tour champion Brian Kibler do?
Right.
Mr. Kibler? Are you Brian Kibler?
Yes, I'm Brian Kibler.
Here you are, Mr. Kibler. We prepared your room just as you requested. Oh, and your luggage was found and just returned from the airport.
What would Brian Kibler do? The most handsome man in Magic.
Hey! Been looking all over for you. Is this all you packed?
Magic players make battlefields in all kinds of places. Living room carpets, school cafeterias, game stores, and convention centers. But in the Pro Tour feature match area, you'll be joined by thousands of viewers watching from home. Some players relish the attention. Brian Kibler. Others wilt. How would you cope with the pressure of being in the spotlight? All right, I'm here with two-time Pro Tour top 8er, DENNIZ RACHID. What about the atmosphere of the feature match area do you remember, like, making an impression on you with your experience?
I guess it kind of did feel like now it's, you know, the real deal. I'm playing against these pro players and I'm actually doing well, and when you get in there, it's kind of, I mean, there are spotlights on you and cameras and whatnot. It's kind of hot, and you do kind of feel some pressure. I'm sure I made more mistakes there than I normally make, but
if it were me, I mean, I probably would have made more than just a few mistakes. I mean, there's something about being on camera. You're playing against a famous player, as you were. There's a photographer taking flash pictures in your face. Some guy wheels in a video camera. The judges are standing around you. But you were able to maintain focus despite all those distractions. Is that part of just what it takes to be a great mental athlete?
Well, yeah, there are better people than me at it, but yes, I think that you actually do need that, because when you're doing really well, it's gonna come sooner or later. The feature match is coming.
So Greg, congratulations on winning your first Pro Tour feature match. What was that experience like?
It was pretty sweet. Never even been in a Pro Tour feature match before. Like, played in one other Pro Tour and went 2-6. So I'm pretty pleased, I suppose.
Yeah. Now you're the king of the hill, where this was the king of the hill table, so that means that you'll be playing at that table as long as you win in the feature match area. How many wins do you think you can rattle off in the coming rounds?
All of them.
Pro Tour M15 marks the end of the pro season, which means that for a lot of the players here, their life is on the line as far as qualifying for the next few Pro Tours. And Gerard Fabiano here is one such person. So what do you have to do to stay on the Pro Tour?
I would have to make a top 25. That would give me 2 invites. So I would be a silver level pro, and I would be able to go to Hawaii and another Pro Tour. Although with my work schedule, I don't know if I could go to so many Pro Tours, but we'll see what happens.
So, and what happens if you don't top 25?
If I don't top 25, that means I would have to go play Grand Prix or PTQs, or of course, try to make the Hall of Fame. You know, that's actually what I thought the interview was going to be for. Nate's like, I got to interview you. I was like, yeah, it's definitely Hall of Fame. No, I was just kidding. But yeah, so I would have to win a PTQ or do well at a Grand Prix to requalify again.
As a player who's played on the Pro Tour off and on for many, many years, how difficult is it to stay on the Pro Tour, especially somebody with a full-time job?
I mean, it's pretty difficult. This is, I believe, number 49 for me. So I was like, this is my lucky number 50, but I found out I was only 49. But it's kind of difficult just because for you to go to a Pro Tour, especially if you want to play with a team, they require you to come for about a week early, do a lot of play testing, but just also just taking time off work to go to Hawaii. You have to probably leave on like a Wednesday, you come back to work on Monday, or you could be like able to function properly. So it's definitely tough to have a full-time job and to play all the Pro Tours. But I mean, Magic's so much fun that I try to do it anyway.
Well, we will be tracking Gerard Fabiano's progress throughout the tournament and hope he hits the top 25 so he can stay on the Pro Tour. Hi-yo! I'm here with Cynthia Sheppard, who is an illustrator for Magic the Gathering. Cynthia, you've done a lot of awesome pieces for Wizards of the Coast. Well, what is it like to be an illustrator? What does the job really entail?
You're basically a problem solver for an art director. They come up with a brief or an assignment, and you bring it to life visually.
Can you tell me what's going on here? There's a giant spinning wheel, a huge display on a big monitor here. Well, what's going on here at the Pro Tour this weekend?
So this is a first. They've never actually done this kind of an event before. Myself and artist Eric Deschamps are working together on a collaborative painting of Garrick, the Planeswalker, for an exclusive Pro Tour illustration / playmat. And it's interactive also because fans and players are allowed to come up and spin this wheel, which affects what we're painting. So there's wedges on the wheel like dead deer, and let's see, rainbow and Vronos' mask and things like that. So when someone lands on one of those choices, we add it to the illustration.
There's something that I would like on the painting that is not on the wheel. Would it be all right if I sort of came around and added my own little touch? Yes! Careful what you grant permission for. Now, I think it would be nice if you just added a little, line there and like a line there, and maybe like a beak-like structure. I see, and maybe just like a plump little body here, and maybe some feathers here. I know you can tell that these are beautiful feathers, and I think that is just the touch to complete the painting. What do you think?
I think that would look beautiful on a playmat.
Gerard, there was a really close last match. The second game went on quite a while, but you didn't come up with the win. And now with 5 losses, it places you out of the top 25. Now you've got to go back to the PTQ scene, the Grand Prix scene, if you want to qualify for the Pro Tour again. How do you change your mindset now that you're off the Pro Tour?
That's it, I'm done with Magic. I quit. Magic sucks. No, I'm just kidding. It's whatever. I mean, I qualified here by winning Grand Prix Montreal. And, I mean, I won a couple of PTQs in my day, so it's not a big deal, especially for me. I don't get to go to all the Pro Tours, and it's not like I'm gold or platinum anyway. So basically, I'll go to tournaments. If I happen to win one, I'll try to go to the Pro Tour. If I do well at a Grand Prix, I'll try to go to the Pro Tour and just kind of, do what I've been doing, play Magic, and whatever happens with the results will happen. The thing about Magic is that some people might say, oh yeah, Magic, that's like the nerdy card game or whatnot, but if you look around, it's just really awesome. pretty much everyone accepts everyone for who they are, and the level of intelligence at a tournament like this is pretty good. I mean, I bring it down a little bit, but it's just a lot of fun, and yeah, it's great.
Cool. Well, good luck. Hope to see you on the Pro Tour again.
All right, another high five?
Hi, all.
And in 8th place with 36 points from the United States, Owen Turtenwald.
The story of the top 8 of Pro Tour Magic 2015 is one of big names falling short, the miraculous run of a first-time Pro Tour player, and the continuing ascent of a Slovakian into competitive Magic's elite. In the weeks leading up to the Pro Tour, many predicted the so-called Peach Garden Oath brothers William Jensen, Owen Turtenwald, and Reed Duke as favorites to hoist the trophy on Sunday. While Duke was unable to make Day 2 of the tournament, Turtenwald posted his second career top 8, while Jensen made his first of the modern era. Unfortunately for Jensen, he was burned in the quarterfinals by the fiery jazz hands of Chandra, Pyromaster, as directed by Kansas City's Pierre Mondin. Turtenwald, however, fought past Pat Cox's Lions and Worms and booked a date with the semifinals. Despite being a Grand Prix winner and a key member of the Slovak Republic's Team World Championship in 2010, Ivan Floch remained relatively unknown on Magic's big stage before his special Sunday in Portland. His quarterfinal opponent, the outspoken Los Angeles native Matt Sperling, had torched his competition all weekend. But by the time this match was over, Ivan and his Knicks Fleece Rams had boosted his life total to a healthy 53. Just out of reach of Matt's red and white burn deck. In the semifinals, Ivan squared off against the black magic of former Player of the Year Owen Turtenwald. While Owen seized Game 2 behind a terrifying pack of rats, Ivan controlled the action in Games 1 and 3 by not allowing Owen to do anything. And so the Blue Mage from Bratislava advanced to the finals. Jackson Cunningham is a mortgage broker who mostly enjoyed drafting with his friends before he won a qualifier in Burnaby, Canada that sent him to his very first Pro Tour. He hadn't played in any constructed tournament in over 10 years. What's more, his quarterfinal opponent, Yuki Ichikawa, is the most watched Magic Online streamer in the world and had just top-8'd back-to-back Pro Tours. Cunningham's heavy-hitting Elephant Soldier beat down Ichikawa to secure Game 1. But Ichikawa amazed the crowd in Game 2 with his impeccable understanding of the exact timing of how spells materialize from the ether, as illustrated by Ichikawa weakening his own Scavenging Ooze such that it became invisible to Cunningham at the exact moment he tried to kill it. But Ichikawa's masterful magic wasn't enough to stop a determined Cunningham in Game 3, and his Human Ooze hybrid was as deadly as it is weird. Cunningham's next test came in the semifinals against the powerful posse of Planeswalkers commanded by Pierre Mondin. But Jackson rose to the occasion and finished off Mondin by granting his Elephant Soldier the ability to fly and enchanting it with the spirit of a satyr. So, you've been on an incredible run here in your very first Pro Tour.
Yeah.
Can you describe what the atmosphere feels like to be playing here on Sunday?
It's like pretty surreal. Just like, I don't know, I haven't had much time to sleep or eat properly, so it's just kind of like I'm playing games as they come, but I'm just sort of in the zone, but it's all kind of like hazy, so I don't know, it feels good though.
And so the finals came down to the Canadian creature caster Jackson Cunningham versus the Azorius control master Yvonne Flock. Flock jumped out of the gates to take Game 1, sentencing Cunningham's entire army to death in a supreme verdict of destruction. But Jackson fought back to win Game 2 with the help of his most powerful ally, Ajani, Caller of the Pride. With the match tied at 1 game apiece, Ajani returned to the battlefield in Game 3 and summoned no less than 21 loyal cat soldiers. But Flock mercilessly massacred them all and called in Elspeth, Sun's champion, to finish off his suddenly felineless opponent. But Cunningham brought the hammer down on Flock with a pair of Loxodon Smiters in Game 4, pushing the series and the Pro Tour to one last decisive game. Cunningham got off to a fast start in Game 5, summoning 2 lions, 2 worms, and a science experiment. But the star-born horns of Flock's Nyx Fleece rams held Cunningham's attackers at bay. And when Flock summoned the Archangel of Thune, he unlocked a combo of sheer greatness. As the rams granted the Archangel their life-giving magic, the Archangel fatted the calves, not for slaughter, but to slaughter Cunningham. With his final assault, Yvonne drove his flock of sheep to victory, making him the champion of Pro Tour M15. Yvonne, you played in so many close, high-stakes matches this weekend. I mean, do you feel the pressure in an atmosphere like this?
Oh, believe me, I do. I really do.
Your teammates told me that you're very underrated because you hadn't had a top 8 before. Yes. But now you have a Pro Tour win. Everybody's going to know your name now. How's that feel?
It feels awesome. It feels great. It's going to take a while to sink in, but yeah, it's already great.
Congratulations to Yvonne Flock, the champion of Pro Tour Magic 2015.
That's gross. 3, 2, 1. The most handsome man in Magic.
Cool. So that's good.
I cannot laugh at it.
Yeah,
That's great.
So much gel.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Action.
Here you are, Mr. Kibler. We prepared your room just as you requested.
Let's try that again.
You didn't look in the camera, did you?
Yeah, I think a little bit.
Oh, I can't tell.
Oh, oh yeah, that's fine.
Alright, sweet.